Hey, I'm Pete from PMG Auto Care. Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is very exciting for me because it is the awesome 911 GT3 Touring. If you aren't aware, the 911 GT3 Touring basically is a regular GT3 but with the class turned up a little. So it just makes it that little bit more subdued, flies under the radar a little bit more, but it's basically everything that is in the GT3, the engine, suspension, brakes, all of the good things, most of the styling, and then basically the removal of the wing. The front bumper is painted a little differently, so the car just flies under the radar that little bit more class. And then with how this car is spec'd with the comfort seats and the PDK transmission, it means that it is a more usable car. I think it fits the touring ethos of what the GT3 Touring is all about. You can get in this, you can cover great distances in it and be comfortable and usable, and yet you still have a GT car underneath you if you want to turn it up to 11 and just experience the thrill, which is driving a GT3 is just something else. That engine is a masterpiece. What a wonderful car. Now this car actually ties in with our other business, which is PMG Specialist Cars. If you've got to follow us on Instagram to see a bit more about what we do there. But basically we do keep some stuff in stock, but predominantly we source vehicles for clients. So it means if you're looking at a particular vehicle, we will deal with finding the car in your spec, color, and within your budget, and then we guarantee that we're getting your car that is up to PMG's standards in terms of condition, etc. Usually we can save a little bit of money over what there is out there on the market if you were just buying privately, but also you're getting the peace of mind of it's a hassle-free transaction. We deal with sourcing the vehicle, doing the dealing on the vehicle, picking the car up, getting it here, getting it detailed, and that's all coming in as part of our package there. So I'm not going to get into it too much. We'll actually maybe have something separate about PMG Specialist Cars coming up in the next while, but let's focus on this amazing car for now. Now, I managed to source this from a dealership in Norwich, a Porsche dealership in Norwich. They very kindly did a great deal in the car. Massive thanks to Ben, the salesman there. He was fantastic help throughout. And they had the car sitting in beautiful condition. It was in the showroom on arrival, looked absolutely fantastic. Car has previously been coated when it was new, but there is room for improvement there. So what we're going to do is get the dirt off from basically driving the car home. It was wet whenever we picked the car up, and there's a bit of traffic film on the vehicle, and really that is about it. So it's going to be a very straightforward wash process. We get the car clean, and then I can get it under our lights and properly inspect and see what level of improvement there is to be. So the car really is very good so far. So it's going to be taking a car that is good and making it exceptional. In fact, it's probably taking a car that is great and making it exceptional. But it just means that it's going to be absolutely perfect. So whenever the new owner comes to pick up this car, it really can be enjoyed right from the get-go. Let's get out in the wash bay, get this simple wash taken care of, and then we'll see how it looks after that. A very, very straightforward wash process. This car is in great condition. As you expect, there's not very many miles on it. It has been coated probably when it was new at the dealership, but it has picked up some defects here and there that are just detracting from it. This is an exceptional car and it deserves to be in exceptional condition with exceptional protection to match. Now, there is definitely evidence of the coating in terms of water behaviour, etc. The wheels seem well protected, the glass seem well protected. So really the focus is going to be on getting that paintwork up to scratch. Now this car has full front end PPF, so there's not really a lot that we're going to be doing there. We're going to have a good closer look at the PPF and see, can it have a light polish just to improve the finish of the car. Now normally whenever we're doing correction anything in the channel, you'll see us jumping in and it's a multi-step correction. This is going to be one of those few exceptions. Now, from what I can see, an initial walk round of the car, most of this should refine out. It should be a very basic, soft pad and not an aggressive polish, and just spending time to get the finish where it needs to be, because that can definitely be improved. I'm going to enjoy doing this. It's been wonderful to spend time in this car so far. But let's pop the camera off and show you exactly what I'm talking about. You really wouldn't get sick of looking at that car. It's just breathtaking. Now, as I said, the front of this car has been entirely PPF'd and it has been a fantastic install. It's very, very neat. You really have to look to find the edges and stuff, and I can't really see any dirt or air bubbles or anything. The finish has been a very good install. Now, there are a few little marks here and there, which I'm going to try a little bit of heat on. This may be a self-healing PPF, and if so, a little bit of heat will take those straight out of it again. We'll see what way the car looks once we're finished. I might give the PPF a little polish as well, but in all honesty, it actually looks pretty good, and we'll probably just leave well enough alone. We will coat that though with EXO, just so that the car has even water behaviour throughout. Now, the roof, you'll see a bit of the defects that we're talking about. It's quite difficult for us on camera to show the difference between what is a light defect and a deep defect. They all look something the same when viewed through a screen. This is mostly wash marring, so it kind of looks worse than it is. This is something that a gentle pad and polish should take out of the car. Now, once you start into it, oftentimes you might get surprised, but I'm hoping that this isn't going to be the case for this one, because really I don't want to take any more clear off this car than is absolutely necessary. But the finish just is lacking that clarity that we would get whenever we machine things, and it's why we always focus on finish. So that's really what the focus is going to be on today, is going to be the finish of the vehicle, and then laying down some Crystal Serum Ultra so that it's well finished. Now, one area of the car that I may need to step it up for, I'd spotted already, was this spoiler. As you can see, there are some deeper defects on that rear panel. But rather than cutting the whole car back, we will just do repairs as and where necessary. But it looks good. The protection has obviously done its job to a certain extent, and it's just a few careless washes has created a little bit of damage, but nothing that we can't fix, and that most people would probably never see anyway. So, it's going to be a one-step process for the most of this, which is something you hear us, we very rarely do, but in this case, it is all that's warranted with the car. So let's get cracking with that and see how we can improve the finish. That's the machining side of things wrapped up on the GT3. And like every interaction we've had with this car so far, it has been nothing but a joy to work with. It's a fantastic example of how good a car can be when it is maintained correctly and protected properly from the outset. Now, there were a few little deeper defects that the car obviously picked up from some contact washing, probably at the dealership at their prep stage, I would imagine. But we took care of those and then straight down to refining sets again and just focused on that gloss finish that we were really after. Crayon looks amazing whenever you put the time into refinement, and it really has lifted this to another level again. It might not come across all that clearly on camera, but I can assure you it really does look quite strikingly different than what it did before we started. Now it's the important thing, and that is getting the protection laid down the car. This car has had PPF fitted at the front end, as we previously mentioned, so the rest of the car, we're going to be laying down some G-Technique Crystal Serum Ultra, the very best in ceramic coatings in my opinion. And then we'll be laying some XOV5 over the whole car whenever we're finished. And that's just going to give it even water behavior, even dirt repellency, and just going to make the car look even whenever there's water sitting on it. Nothing I think looks a bit weirder than when you see a car with PPF and then the rest of the car with protection on the paint and the beading doesn't match. That absolutely cracks me up. So this will address that. And then it's on to the final finishing of things. The car really is good. So as I said, the glass coatings on the car, the side windows and mirror glasses are still working perfectly, but we're just going to top up all the glass regardless. And then the wheels, again, the protection that's on them is working perfectly fine. So we'll do a little wipe down with some G-Technique C2 just to top that up as well. And that's going to be it, bottomed up and done. A little freshen up over the interior just from us getting in and out of the vehicle. And that'll be it done. So let's get cracking and then we can finally show you it finished. The beautiful GT3 Touring is finally all buttoned up. So there's one thing left to do, and that's show you guys it finished. Doesn't that look amazing? Especially outside. Now that crayon grey has that finish that we were after, that deep wet gloss. that really makes it stand out from the crowd. It was a relatively short amount of time to invest into the car, but it really did take it to another level, from a car that was fantastic to a car that is exceptional. And that's what we were pushing for. That's another video wrapped up. I should mention, if you've got any performance or specialist cars that you would like us to source, or indeed that you would like to sell to us, get in touch through our @PMG Specialist Cars Instagram channel. But we don't mention that stuff on our YouTube page too much. We solely focus on the detail here, usually. This was a special car and we thought we would share it. Made it this far, thanks for watching. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe. We'll hope to catch you again in another one.